Hi, so let's discuss triangles. So first we'll see the different properties of triangles. So these are quite important from the perspective of exam. So the first one is the sum of interior angles of a triangle is 180. Right, we know what is triangle, right? Most of you would be knowing. It has three sides, three vertices. Let's say vertices are these. The first property is sum of interior angles. So let's say this is interior angle A, B and C. Interior angle A, B and C. So angle A plus angle B plus angle C is 180 degrees. So if you know two angles of a triangle, you can definitely find the third angle. For example, if you have to find X over here, what you will do is 50 plus 100 plus X is equal to 180. So most common property used a lot of times directly or indirectly in the questions. So X, you subtract 150 to get the value of X, which is 30 degrees. Similarly, in the given figure, find the value of X. This is a direct question on sum of interior angles. So given angles are 40, 2x and 3x. So whose sum is equal to 180 degrees. Okay, all of these are in degrees. So 40 plus 5x is equal to 180. You subtract 40. You get 140 and divide by 5. This is 140 upon 5, which is 28 degrees. Okay, one more question on this. In the given figure, find the values of x and y. Okay, so here two unknowns are there, but we know in lines and angles we have seen the straight angle, right? X and 130 is equal to 180. X and 130 are supplementary to each other. So you can find X value first, which is 50 degrees. Once you have this, you can find the value of Y also. So Y plus 110 is 180. So Y is 180 minus 110, which is 70. So that's the property number one. Sum of interior angles of a triangle is 180. The second one is about the sides. This is important. Sum of any two sides is greater than the third side of a triangle. You take any two sides, their sum should be greater than the third. And if you take difference of any two, the difference should be less than third side. So take any third side. Let's say A and B are the two sides and the third side is C. The sum of two sides is greater than C and the difference is less than C. So that is what we have written. This is easier to remember, right? C, the third side, lies between the difference and the sum of the other two sides. For example, if you want to find the possible values of this third side of the triangle, so you will say X lies between the difference and the sum of the other two sides, which is X is greater than 2 and less than 12. Okay, so like I said, in geometry, there are a lot of formulas to remember, and questions are generally asked basis the formulas directly. So if two sides of a triangle are 7 and 11, which of the following can be possible value of third side? So whenever they give two sides and they talk about the third side, you know that you have to apply the third side rule, right? Or the third side property. So let's say these are A and B and third side is C. So the difference and this sum of 14 and 7. The difference is 7 and the sum is 21. So C has to be greater than 7. So this is out and this is out. This is possible. And less than 21. So 21 cannot be included. So the only possible value is answer 14. So those are the two properties. The third property is side opposite to the greatest angle has the largest length and vice versa. For example, see this triangle and tell me which side will have the largest value of AB, BC and CA. I'm sure most of you would be guessing correct because this side BC will be the largest because it's opposite to the largest angle. Then the next greater side is AC because it's opposite to the next largest angle. So length of side BC is greater than length of side CA is greater than length of side AB. Okay, so that's what is given. BC is greater than, CA is greater than AB. Okay, this is an important note. If two angles are equal, the sides opposite to the corresponding angles are also equal. So that is what we call as isosceles triangle, right? Yeah, if two sides are equal, then the triangle is isosceles. That's the definition of isosceles triangle. Let's say in this triangle, angle B and angle C are equal. That means the side opposite AC and side opposite AB, they are also equal. Again, the questions will be asked directly and indirectly basis these properties. We'll solve few questions. In the given triangle, find the interior angles of B and C. Now, when you see this, two sides are equal, that means their opposite angles has to be same, right? So let me take that angle B and C as X, and again we'll apply the property 1, that is sum of the interior angles, right? 5 plus 50 plus X plus X is 180. So 2x is 180 minus 50, which is 130. X will be 130 divided by 2, which is 65. So each of the angle B and C is 65. Find the perimeter. So what is perimeter? Perimeter is sum of all sides of a figure basically. Now again, if you see two angles are equal, that means the sides opposite to them are also equal. So that means side opposite to x degrees is 6. Automatically this will also be 6. Okay, so the perimeter becomes 6 plus 5 plus 6, which is 11 plus 6 or 17 units. So these are the direct applications of isosceles triangle. So this is again extension of third property. If two sides are equal, we call it isosceles. If all the sides are equal, then the triangle becomes equilateral, right? If all the sides are equal, then all the angles will be equal. If all the angles are equal, each angle will be 360, right? So that's what is given. So that's about isosceles triangle and equilateral triangle. Okay, the last property is sum of exterior angles of a triangle is 360 degrees. Okay, now we know what is interior. Interior in this figure are x, y, and z. Exterior is P at x, Q at y, and R at z. Now we apply the first property that the straight angles x plus P is 180, y plus Q is 180 degrees, and z plus R is 180 degrees. Now, if I add all these three equations, what I get, x plus p plus y plus q plus z plus r will be x plus y plus z plus p plus q plus r is equal to 180 added 3 times, which is 540. From here, I know that x plus y plus z is 180, p plus q plus r is 540 minus 180, which is 360. So this is the proof. It's not important to know how the proof has come, just know the property. Okay, the next concept is area of triangle. Most of you would know this already. Area of the triangle is half into base into height. Okay, in this, what is base and what is height? Any of the side of the triangle can be base, and height will be the perpendicular dropped from the opposite vertex. Like if I want to take base as BC, I need to drop a perpendicular to the particular base BC. Okay, so this becomes my height and this becomes the base. So in this case, area will be half into base into height. So this is acute angle triangle, right? So this is obtuse where the angle is greater than 90. In this case, you need to extend the base while dropping the perpendicular. So this becomes the height and BC will become the base. Or for the same triangle, you can take base as AC and drop the height from the opposite vertex B. So this becomes the height and this becomes the base. Okay. Important concept, Pythagoras theorem. Most of you would be knowing this already. For a right angle triangle, Pythagoras theorem means the triangle has to be right angle. Okay, one of the angles of the triangle is 90 degrees. And how do we represent this 90? By this sign. This is the angle represented for a 90 degrees. A lot of questions, what they'll do, they'll just give the triangle like this without this sign. Remember, this is not 90 degrees. This is 90 degrees. Okay, so this is a trap in the exam. They have to give this sign for you to assume 90 degrees. And in right angle triangle, these two are called legs and this is called the hypotenuse. Hypotenuse, let's say leg 1 and leg 2. The right angle sides are legs and the largest side is hypotenuse. Why largest side? Because hypotenuse is opposite to the largest angle, 90 degrees. Now what does Pythagoras theorem state is that the hypotenuse square, which is AC square, is equal to AB square plus BC square. Okay. Most of you would be knowing this already. You can make a note. And you can remember this standard Pythagorean triplets. If you remember this, you need not waste a lot of time in calculating the values. 3, 4, 5. Why? Because 5 square is equal to 4 square plus 3 square. 16 plus 9, right, which is 25. Similarly, 6, 8, 10, 5, 12, 13, and 8, 15, and 17. So let's say if this is given as 10 and 6, you will know that this is 8 automatically because that is a triplet, 10 being the hypotenuse. So this is about right angle triangle and Pythagoras theorem. We'll solve this question. Area of the given triangles. Area formula is half multiplied by base multiplied by height. So base, let me take as b and height as h. So in this question, what is the height? 4. And what is the base? 6. So area of the triangle, half into base into height, which is 12 square units. Similarly, in second one, the base is 12 and height is 5. So area is half into base into height, which is 30 square units. So this is a right angle triangle, and 12, 13. So the other one is 5. So we have seen these are the standard ones, 12, 13, 5. So if I know, I can find this out directly, or if I don't know, take this as x and apply the Pythagoras theorem. 169 is equal to 144 plus x square. Bring 144 this side, you get 25. So x square is 25, or 5 square, or x is 5. So here the base is 5 and height is 12. So you'll get the same answer as that of second one, half into base into height, which is 30 square units. So these are the properties and the formulas of triangles. I hope you make note of all of this and go through the formulas again and again, and I'll see you in the next session. Thank you.